Well, we finally know where Josh Berry's going to be driving in the NASCAR Cup Series for 2025. Plus, a rough Xfinity career start for Hailie Deegan just gets a little bit worse. She's getting benched for a NASCAR Cup Series champion this weekend. Could it be the end of the line for her career in the Xfinity Series, folks? Well, welcome in to the Breaking Balls podcast. It is Bob here. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like this video, folks. We're always covering NASCAR on a weekly basis. And quite frankly, I'm getting very excited. We're coming up on the second annual Chicago Street Course weekend. Hopefully, weather permitting. This one's a little bit drier than last year. Hailie Deegan was one of the drivers expected to be in a stacked field for the Xfinity race on Saturday. 43 cars, 38 spots, so 5 drivers are going home. Make that 6 drivers. One person going home early. It's Hailie Deegan, as she's been announced that she will not be in her full-time ride for the number 15 AM Racing Ford Mustang this weekend. She's been benched for NASCAR 2-time Cup Series champion Joey Logano. Yup, you didn't hear me wrong. Hailie Deegan got benched for Joey Logano this weekend. Logano will be sponsored by Clutch Vodka full-time on Saturday in a stacked Xfinity race that features now Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Ty Gibbs, John Hunter Nemechek, Daniel Suarez, Carson Guapel, and that's just the independent guys. You've got full-time regulars like SVG, AJ Allmendinger, Jesse Love, Austin Hill, Sheldon Creed. It's going to be an absolute stacked field on Saturday for this Chicago Xfinity race. Cole Custer as well, the defending race winner. But like I said, Hailie Deegan will not be out there after a very tough start for her in this Xfinity season in her rookie campaign. 17 races, an average finish of almost 27th, a 12th best finish overall in this series, but in 4 top 20 finishes. I mean, she really hasn't been able to muster up a lot of momentum at all. For AM Racing, they came out with a very tough press release, even acknowledging the rough start that she's had to the season, but coming out and saying that Joey Logano being out there, they're going to be able to have a lot more data. We intend to take feedback and data from the Chicago race. We can apply it to building a better race cars each week so AM Racing can have a stronger second half of the season. Obviously, the first part of that you can even see on the screen. With that being said, we haven't had the success on track we were hoping for in the first half of the season. They have just really been blunt in this statement, and obviously it's hard to deny Hailie Deegan's struggles there. She is the worst full-time driver in the Xfinity point standings right now, 27th in the driver standings. In the owner standings, she's all the way down in 34th. So really, it can't get much worse for AM Racing, and to have an opportunity like Joey Logano in that's going to be huge for them moving forward, to see if it's actually the car, if it's Hailie Deegan, and see if her progression in NASCAR is really stalled out, because if so, I really don't know where she goes from here. She's obviously very popular on social media and with fans. She's very popular, brings sponsorship, but the results on track speak for themselves. She was pushed through the Truck Series last year up to Xfinity Series, hoping that maybe it was just the carnage of the Truck Series that kept her down, but obviously the results have spoke for themselves in the Xfinity Series this year with 17 races already, and with her road course struggles already. There was nothing else that they could really do except for find someone else in a stacked field like this. So we'll see what it looks like moving forward. I also did mention at the beginning of this video that it sounds like Josh Berry has a full-time ride for 2025. Thank goodness, folks. The rookie in the Cup Series has really turned on the momentum the last few weeks. 4 top 10s in his last 7 races. He also has 2 top 5s this season. But Josh Berry, the 33-year-old rookie from Tennessee, sounds like tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern announcement, he will be signing for the Wood Brothers 21, one of the most famous rides in NASCAR. Obviously, it has maybe not the luster it used to have, but with the Penske Alliance, now it's almost like a 4th Penske car. This is going to be a huge boost for Josh Berry to have a full-time ride scheduled for next year with Penske's Wood Brothers Alliance Ford team. So that's going to be interesting to see. Who is going to be the guy who gets that 100th win for the Wood Brothers? Obviously, only 2 wins since the 2001 season with Elliott Sadler. Josh Berry has just as good of a chance as anyone now. He's going to be one of the most competitive drivers to be in that 21 car to get that 100th win for the Wood Brothers team. Sounds like Rodney Childers will not be a part of that journey, though. That has been one of the big rumors all NASCAR silly season. Was Josh Berry and Rodney Childers going to be a package deal? Rodney Childers, obviously the longtime crew chief and team leader of Kevin Harvick's Ford team. Rodney Childers had inherited Josh Berry and said, we've got a lot of momentum. We'd love to stay together. But ultimately, NASCAR's biggest free agent is still out there, and it's not any driver. It's a guy on the tech side. It's Rodney Childers, the crew chief of the number 4 team. He is still a free agent out there. What does his future look like? That's going to be fascinating to see. RCR needs a lot of help. You could see someone like Trackhouse or 2311 potentially throwing a lot of money at him. Really, anyone that wants Rodney Childers' services is going to have to get in line and pitch him, because it seems like everyone in the Cup Series could use Rodney Childers, no matter how successful you are. A mind like him, he's one of the biggest minds in all of motorsports. So we'll see what that looks like, but it sounds like once the announcement comes out tomorrow, Rodney Childers and Josh Berry are splitting up. Rodney Childers still a free agent. Josh Berry heading to the 21 car full-time next year. Harrison Burton, that's pretty not shocking. It seems like this is probably a year too late, but Harrison Burton was just thrown into that car a little too early with the last name and the sponsorship, but we'll see where he ends up. I would look for probably Xfinity. I don't see Harrison Burton in Cup Series next year, but to be determined, folks. Like I said, with Chicago Street coming up this weekend, we're going to have a lot of content coming out here. Adam and I will be here for more, so go ahead and, like I said, subscribe to the channel. Welcome to Breaking Balls if you're new here, and we'll see what happens all weekend. Chicago with the must-see Xfinity race, and this Sunday race, will SVG repeat? We'll go ahead and see. Stay tuned for more.